Hi guys! So today I'm going to be reviewing Allegiant by Veronica Roth. This is the third book in the Divergent trilogy and I finally got around to reading it, so let's get started. This was quite a weird one for me, quite a weird read, because I loved the first two in the series, and when I read the first one, the second one was very close to coming out. So I read them quite close to each other and I really enjoyed both of them. Whereas this one I've been waiting for ages. By the time I finally got around to actually reading it, I'd forgotten a lot of the story, and this book picks up straight after the end of Insurgent, which is really good if obviously you know what is going on because you've just read Insurgent. But for me, who had had a year's break from reading it, it was just a bit hard to get straight back into all the action. However, saying that, I did gradually get back into it. It took me almost half of the book to completely fully remember who everyone was and why the scenario that they're in is happening and so on. Ultimately, I did get into it a lot in the second half. So the first half was kind of slow for me, but the second half I sort of whizzed through. I read it all yesterday, the second half. I would say that the characters in this one have definitely been developed more. The side characters such as Cara and Christina and Caleb have really been developed a bit more, which is really interesting because before it was very much focused on Triss and Tobias, and it's still focused on them because they are the two whose point of view we see from. But it definitely gives you more of an insight into some of the other factions and how their minds work and things like that, which are really interesting. The plot as a whole I thought was really good because I didn't see it coming, and when I don't see something coming I find that really much more intriguing in a story. I didn't know where this was going at all. I had no idea what the final big thing was that was going to happen, but I really enjoyed it. Once I'd got past remembering who everyone was, I really loved it, and I thought that it was actually a really good book. I would say that I didn't enjoy it as much as the first two because of not having reread them recently, so I would definitely say if you own the first two and you haven't read them for quite a long time, read them again before you come on to this, because then you'll have a good insight, and this one is a complete straight away follows on from the second book, Insurgent. I found the plot to be really good because I thought it was very fast paced in the second half especially, and there was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of new stuff was introduced, which made it really interesting because I don't like it when they continue to talk about the same stuff over and over. And it was genuinely a really nice read in the second half, and I know that there is a big event that happens right at the end. A lot of people have spoken about how they do not like this big event, but I actually really thought that it was a good way to bring the story to an end, and I felt that that happening made it more of a realistic story and more believable, and it felt like it was meant to happen. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and I know a lot of people didn't, but for me it was definitely something necessary to finish off the story. So basically that is my review of Allegiant. I really struggled with the first half of it, but by the second half I was racing through the pages and I read it really quickly, and I really enjoyed the concept of GDs and GPs and all the other stuff that is new. So I would definitely recommend this, especially if you have read the first two in the series. If you haven't read the first two, I would highly recommend you read them if you like YA dystopian, because these are some really good books, and I would say that they're almost in league with the Hunger Games, and I really enjoyed them. So I gave it 3 out of 5 stars because I really liked it, but it wasn't amazing. It didn't make me cry or anything, so it was a good read overall. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys soon. Bye!